Time to talk some more business with Paul Harris from Business in Vancouver. Good morning.
Morning, Sophie.
We're just talking about, we're all trying to recover a bit from the election.
We are, that's right.
It's a late and dramatic evening.
Very exciting, but very tiring too.
We'll talk a little bit more about the election in our next go-around, but right now we want to talk about global uncertainty.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the global market is very uncertain right now. We're seeing that fears over global growth are very palpable, not least because in major economies like the US and in Europe, they're sort of spluttering along. There's continued mixed news, and that impacts the Canadian economy, of course, which is very sensitive to the global growth story, and very sensitive to any perception of weakness in commodities and other resource. Rich products. So the sort of number of it is that in places like Europe, they're into a recession now for the sixth quarter in a row.
Right.
And you're seeing that nine countries are actually in recession. It's a staggering story.
We're still not seeing any bouncing back, even like a slow comeback?
Not really. I mean, in the major economy of Germany, there's anemic growth, I think 0.1% in the past 3 months.
That's probably the one bright spot in Europe.
It very much is. France is back into recession. 27% of the workforce in Spain and Greece are unemployed. The European Central Bank has been trying to find some stimulus funding, trying to stimulate the economy by low interest rates and so forth. Hasn't had a palpable impact yet. There's no prospect of Europe turning around anytime soon, it would seem. And with Germany's story not all that positive, that's not a bright picture for them. So
have we felt the effects here, the ripple effects here in Canada, and then how can Canada work around it? Or can we?
I'm with you. I mean, certainly Canada is always affected by the global trade winds, if you will. It seems that almost the TSX seems to be almost a proxy for the kind of sentiments within the global market, really and truly. We are so sensitive to how the global market perceives a demand for commodities, and when you see things like manufacturing output and numbers in the States being down for last month, that sort of thing has a direct impact on the confidence people have in Canadian stock. Right. In terms of what we can do about it, there's not a great deal we can do in the very short term. We are so heavily reliant on the US. So if their market doesn't seem to be going as well as it should, we will always be impacted until we were to diversify sufficiently away from them to actually avoid that. But that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Right,
not in the immediate future.
No.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. We'll talk to you in about an hour from now. You can get more on Business in Vancouver's website. It's BIV.com. Time to check in with Caitlin once again.